Easy Pass really isn't even technology. I have a couple $2 bills. I'll donate if I think it's actually gonna make a difference to something. I've become more skeptical of things. My first crush was...
Greetings and welcome to the Random University. I'm your host, Brian Ferdich, and I'm gonna let everyone introduce themselves because I don't care to do it.
I'm Scott, and I like to party.
No, I'm the only one that parties here.
I was gonna use it too.
I'm Dave, and I also like to party.
Nobody parties but me.
This poor guy.
Right,
Why am I doing this?
I'm Rob, token black guy.
It's not true. It's not his title.
Way to start.
And I'm jerky. I'm a jerk.
I'm glad you're in on this, though.
Yeah.
It took him forever.
It did.
Yeah.
But now he's here. He finally made it.
What's crazy is he used to be on G-Man in the Mix. He used to be.
I had-
7 long years.
I had one of the most listened to episodes. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, we had 35 that day.
Highest plays. Alright, so what I want to do today's episode on is, the topic is freedom of speech. But not in the sense you're probably thinking about it. Now, I feel like a lot of times, especially now, with the way the climate is with social media, with the news, all news outlets, everything that's done, I feel like we're in a time where we got to kind of see this evolve to where it was and then what it's become now. So many people fought for freedom of speech. So many leaders and different people, obviously people were killed over it, but they fought to kind of push it forward to give people the power to say what they want to say, pretty much. And we got that, and we moved forward with it. I don't want to mess this up, but
You're doing great.
I'm ruining it.
How many drinks have you had?
Only one. No, but we've just got to a time where like people have to watch more what they say now than ever. Back in, let's just say 1940s, 1950s, you're not going to hear a curse word on TV, right?
On TV?
No, not on TV.
On TV.
It's a different time, though.
Did they have what?
No.
We'll edit that out.
No,
Why
but
don't you start this over?
why?
Because I just fucked it up.
Who cares? You can edit. You're making it worse.
Keep it all. No, but we're in a time now where people have to watch so much what they say. You can't tweet certain things. You can't post pictures on Instagram. You have to watch. You can't use the word retard. You can't use faggot without somebody getting upset about it. And most of the time it's just some group trying to feel righteous that they're doing the right thing and they're fighting a word. They're not worried about the use of a word. They're not worried about who it's said to and how it's said. They're worried about just the fact that you use the word. So I think it's pretty crazy how we've come to a time where we've pushed so much forward as far as culture and freedom of speech goes, but now we're in a place where you literally can't say things. Like, even us before this, saying, watch what you say. This is going to go on the internet, so be careful about what you're going to say. And I just find that really interesting that we've had so many people that have fought and died for this freedom, and now we've come to a place where you can't say
Where do you
things.
draw the line?
You can say whatever you
You
want.
can, but
there's
you also
freedom
have
there's freedom of speech, not freedom from consequences. Of
that's
speech.
what I'm saying, though. So, but I think what Brian's saying is, the consequences weren't as bad 20 years ago.
There's
for the
no way to
words you
amplify
said.
it. But I
Do you
can
think
say,
it's
I
fake
can literally.
outrage? Do you think it's fake outrage?
Partially, yeah.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
are bored, and people look. There are so many people who are bored without shit to do, with no other fucking cares in the world
Yeah.
except their stupid fucking Twitter profile.
Like, if someone called me a wop, I don't care because I have to go to work tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, I'm mad, but I'm like, you're just an asshole. Move on. So you're talking about the people who take it to the extent of we need to fire this guy, ruin his life.
so and so, yeah. Cancel culture.
The whole
essentially.
cancel culture, the idea of all right, it gets even worse when they go backwards and they dig up shit people said from
That's hard.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like,
Listen, I scroll through Facebook every single day, and alright. And I just keep on going. Why? Because I don't give a fuck.
It doesn't affect your life at
Right?
all.
I don't care. It is what it is. I'm not going to let a 2-second tweet or post ruin my life.
infuriating.
I think
I
though,
don't care.
and you compromise your character at that point. My thing is alright, like, if we have, like, a friend who's just a piece of shit to me and says some fucked up shit that bothers me, I look at it as, you know what, you said it around all of our friends, I'm not gonna get mad, you compromised your character, you look like an asshole.
Yeah.
So, like, that's it. Like, I'm not gonna fucking carry it on for the next 20 years and 10 years. I don't have time for that. But, like, also, though, to play devil's advocate, as you've known, I've actually become a little more, I want to say, I hate to use the word liberal, but open to, like,
You have in your old age.
I have, right?
Which is more towards the center.
Yeah, and which is weird, because, like, usually you move more right when you get older, they say.
I mean,
you vote for taxes, and, shit, what's going to make me money?
Yeah,
like,
but now what's right is, like,
yeah,
ridiculous.
that's another fucking argument. But, like, I said faggot a lot, and it wasn't derogatory towards homosexuals. It was just like, you're playing at the court, someone bitches about a faggot, you're like, oh, that's a faggot call.
Yeah.
But, like, as I got older and people explained to me a little bit, I understand why people would get a little mad, so I try not to use it as much. Now, and that's same with you, like, and it's even, like, maybe it's getting older and trying to better yourself, but, like, are you saying, like, if it does slip, it shouldn't be like the end of the world because it's not it's the content that's being used, not the
context in which is being used. If you walked up to a gay person and
Yes.
you said, "Hey, faggot,"
hard.
you're a dickhead.
It's hard.
You're
if you
just
pull a
an
St.
asshole.
Patrick's Day elevator incident all
but
over again.
if your friend does something gay, like if Cronin bends down and he pulls his ass cheek out, then I'll be like, "You fucking faggot."
I'm wearing my Daisy Dukes.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
But, like, at the same I don't know, man. It's a slippery slope. I get what you're saying, and like,
So's cocaine.
Yeah. It is though. Like I think people will get too offended, but the people who are offended aren't even offended. Like, for instance, man, you know, like most people who get offended over like black rights are white people. Right? Like, it's like these young white girls who, like, are protesting, and it's like, alright, great, but, like, it doesn't affect, like, when we went to the Red Bull game, there was people kneeling from the national anthem, right? One was an Asian guy, and the other was a white girl. And it's like, great, I understand your cause, and like,
but keep in mind, too, they're kneeling behind bleachers, and everyone else is standing, so it did nothing!
But, like, I get your cause and stuff, but, like, there's black people in this crowd not even kneeling. So, like, what do you want to be like, what are you kneeling for?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, to raise awareness. To what? Like, and, like, if you think something's that bad, like, do something. I'm all about, like,
Actually,
do something.
Action speak
so,
loud.
like, that's why I gotta give Kaepernick props, man. Like, I'm not a fan of how he did his protests. I get what he raised awareness for, but during Super Bowl Sunday, he was in a soup kitchen helping people out. He puts his money where his fucking mouth is. You gotta respect that.
To a degree.
Oh boy.
Listen.
Hold on.
You can do whatever form of protest you want. I'm not defending him or saying he's a piece of shit for kneeling during the national anthem. Mm-hmm. Okay? I just think that it was an interesting place to choose to do that. And like,
but he raised awareness.
But out of
4 years later, we're
nowhere.
talking about it.
No, absolutely. Yeah. But people talk more about the kneeling, and then the fact that he did a workout for the NFL. So it's like, you said, I'm not gonna play. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna protest. I'm gonna stand up for what I believe is right. And then you went back and you're like, oh my god, could I please play again? Because I need money now. Seriously.
Yeah, he got that Nike money.
Yeah.
I think he was doing alright. He got
what the fuck he do? What did he do a workout for the NFL?
Maybe he wants to play. Maybe he misses it.
But you can't at that point. Look, it's like you walking into your job and saying,
"It's fun when I'm not involved in this."
It's like you walking into your job and saying, "Do you see someone getting bullied?" And you're like, "I'm not going to stand for this anymore." And they're like, "Well, too fucking bad. You know, get back to work, Matt." And then you're like, "Well, that's fucked up. I'm not going to show up." And they're going to just be like, "All right, well, you're fired." And then you try to come back like, "Hey, can I please have my job?"
You've never gotten fired and walked back and started working.
But isn't that the problem with them having that much power over you? Like, the fact that, like, someone like that is just trying to raise awareness and gets kind of blackballed is kind of fucked up.
He could have played for the XFL.
No, he couldn't have. He wanted too much money.
He could have.
So he could have played.
I guess. I could fucking get a job somewhere where I'm happy, but I'd make 30 grand less.
But you're not getting. He has secondary and tertiary income. Like we just
Great
said.
word.
Yeah.
I don't. It's
Google that one.
it's 30. Second D and 30.
$1 million word alert.
But that's what. But I get what you're saying with the cancel culture. But like, at some point, I don't know. Like, I'm not black. I'm not gay. Obviously.
We sure
So,
want the second one.
I can't. You can't put yourself in those positions to
No.
understand what it would be.
I
right? Like,
respect him 100%.
Yeah.
You gotta have fucking balls to get down and fucking kneel in a stadium full of Americans.
Oh, you gotta
Fucking
have
watch.
balls?
That's fucking hard, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I could do that.
Well,
But
they
I'm
wouldn't
just
care
saying.
if you did.
No, they wouldn't. But I'm just
Like,
saying.
Brian's
I
tired.
understand what you're saying. Like at a Red Bull game, like they're doing a national anthem, and I'm like just standing there, and there's this guy. He's a vet. Who wears his hat all
Yeah.
the time, and not thinking anything of it. He's like, "Take off your hat," and I'm like, just listening. Amanda's like, "Take off your hat." I'm like,
Yeah. And you
I'm
feel
like,
bad with the
yeah,
vet, 'cause you're like, shit.
like,
But the
my
thing
bad.
but the thing, here's the thing with him, and this is why I'm grateful every time I do something like this, where I did work with Lewis for a while, because like he did open my eyes, and working with you, like it took me a while to realize like a movement like a Black Lives Matter didn't mean white lives didn't matter. You know what
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean?
not
So
saying
like,
that it didn't.
no, I know, but like the
There are
cancel
people who
culture-
took it as.
yeah. So like,
Were you saying black lives are more important than white
Yeah,
lives?
it's
There's
like,
those
no,
people,
it's
but those
just-
are the people who can't view anything as gray.
which goes back to your like whole fucking thing. Just because you say a word like faggot or homo, like it doesn't mean you're a bad
Yeah.
person. It just
No.
slips. So like people can't be.
No, it doesn't even slip though. You just fucking say it.
Yeah, but like, do you find
Just own
yourself?
it. I wouldn't apologize.
But do you
Oh my
find?
God, I'm so sorry.
But do you find yourself like trying not to more? That we're in a culture
I
like
think-
that.
I think I'm more
this
Oh,
thing-
you have a. I don't want you to. Do you want to expose like you have
Say it with
a
us.
gay?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Oh, like as you get older, like I understand, like words can hurt. Like people are very sensitive now,
Yeah.
and like the last thing I want on my conscience is that someone committed suicide because of the words that I said. So
Oh, that's interesting.
some-
What have you said to people?
no, I'm just saying.
Kill yourself.
if we all go back 10, 15 years in high school, we all said some fucked up
Horrible
shit.
Yeah.
But I think
horrible shit.
everyone.
I've never said a mean thing.
I don't know what happened from our generation then to now. Like
Do you think it's gotten better or just gotten more sensitive?
everyone's gotten more sensitive.
Sensitive. So it hasn't done it for the better.
Technology has
No.
But
happened.
you don't
Social
think,
media.
But
No,
you don't
not
think
even
it,
social media.
you don't think it's advanced? Because let's be honest, like you know how we always say like, you didn't even know the N word existed till you turned like 13, right? And then you started learning about slavery. You started learning about certain things. So do you
We
think
learned at what, 7th grade?
7 to 13
Sixth
years
or
old,
seventh
yeah.
grade?
So like, do you think so our objective is to stop our kids from saying faggot and saying this stuff. So don't you think it's kind of that logic? Like if they stop saying it, they're not going to use that term, and it kind of makes the human race a better place. It's more progressive.
Yeah, don't attack a whole group. Just attack a singular person. Make that one person feel awful.
Yes.
Genius!
You get what I'm saying though? Like,
Yeah, I understand.
like if you didn't,
But
if
you're not
had
gonna,
your-
regardless of what you do, you're not going to eliminate the
But you might, if you had your preference, the world started over again. Like, would you even teach that slavery existed?
Yeah, I think
we'd
that
never
you
got
have
on a
to.
boat if you could start all over.
You get what I'm saying? Though?
Don't
Like,
go towards it. It's not good.
Sorry guys, we gotta do this again.
Don't trust Whitey.
Like, would you teach it? Because you don't know it till you're 12 or 13.
Yeah,
So
I
if
think-
you didn't know it, you would never know. I didn't even know we didn't even know we had a black friend till like 11. And someone mentioned, or you heard, oh, his skin color is different. You didn't know. You know what I mean?
You never really thought about it.
Yeah.
So, like, if you
But I
start
think
over
it's
from
I think
scratch.
it's ignorant not to teach it. It depends how
But
how
is
it's
it?
taught.
Because then you get in your mind that there was at one point, like there was a difference at one
Yeah.
point. Like it's a weird situation.
There's always the person who's going to notice it and call it out.
Why, if it was
I don't-
never, like if it's a
People-
new world and if your kid was never taught it, right? Well, he wouldn't even know.
You could put a bunch of 3, 4-year-old kids in a group, Asian, black,
Yeah.
white, whatever. They're all gonna play with each other because
Yeah.
they link with each other because of their size, their age, or whatever. They're gonna link. But as you get older, once you start knowing, like you
Learning
said,
about it.
But even if
then
they
you
don't
start to
teach
separate yourself and learning those bad habits.
Yeah. So like, what if you don't?
Well, no, I don't even think. But did you think differently of anyone of color after?
No,
learning about
but
slavery?
you no,
Or
but
vice versa. Did
but
you
it's-
think differently about someone who was white?
no, but there are people who do.
But
there are
I don't think
people
it's
who do.
because of being
But
taught
I don't
slavery.
Think, yeah, I don't think it's just being taught slavery. I think it's when you learn stereotypes.
Okay.
And that comes from home most times.
Okay, that goes. They learned it from home because they
Or
learned
around
it.
the people that you're around when you're a kid, because you'll hear something that's said. Not to say that any of our parents are racist, but people stereotype people in general. And they'll say like, oh, look at the Mexican guy over there, he's probably going to steal something. And that
I
goes...
Say that.
He would
That's an
never.
example. No, but I'm saying like...
I used another.
that goes into your head as a little kid. So now you hear that over and over and over. Okay, yeah, you go learn about slavery, but now that's when you start discriminating against people because you've had this drilled into your brain since you're a little kid. And it's stereotypes.
let's
It's
talk
not learning slavery in school.
Have you ever felt like? Has there ever been a time in your life like you were aggressively like acted upon as like someone being racist towards you? Honestly, like that you could recall, or like not really.
No, not really. 'Cause honestly, you don't experience that in Jersey a lot. In
It's yeah, no, you're
It's not
right.
very prevalent.
Well, you wanted to move to Georgia though. How's that?
And so believe it or not, every time my man and I go to Georgia, there's a lot of interracial couples.
Yeah, so you guys fit in.
But there's like Alabama, Mississippi, those states I would never
You
want to
stay away. Stay away from the states that sell out their college football.
Georgia doesn't.
I'll go to Rutgers. I don't give a shit. I guess I don't know, Brian. It's weird. I get what you're saying, but what do you think is the
Well,
solution? Do you think we should just say what we want?
I-
Where's there a
no, no.
line? Is there a line?
No, I
Like you
don't.
as a comedian, like do you ever? You've said a joke that do you feel it's crossed the line, or the audience didn't respond because they're sensitive? Or is there a line you never cross?
No. I've noticed hesitation with certain things.
Okay.
Like, I made a joke one time about, I was talking about Harry Potter, and like, if,
Sure, that got a whirlwind of a.
I did, it was really good.
It is the number one show.
No, but I made a joke, I said,
What are you going against Harry Potter?
No, I don't have anything against it. I said,
He's
Is it-
got 4 eyes.
I was gonna say, is it Rupert Grint?
no. I did have a good, at the end of it, I go, you know what's the most unbelievable thing about Harry Potter? That a ginger has 3 friends.
That's funny.
That was a great
Well,
joke.
definitely a white crowd because black people don't allow.
There was a kid with red hair sitting right in the front.
Wasn't that the Apollo?
The joke I made, I was like, why did they have a forbidden section in the library? Like, it made no sense. You had a school full of kids and you put a forbidden section with a gate that they could easily get into. And you told them they can't go in there. Of course they're going to sneak in there.
Really doing a deep
Now
dive
imagine
on
they
this Harry
snuck.
Potter, huh?
Imagine they snuck in there one time and they went around one of the bookcase corners and they caught Dumbledore fucking feeding the geese, and then he made fucking Harry swallow it.
I mean,
Dumbledore.
People laughed, but I noticed the hesitation to it.
Yeah, because
Okay,
kid rape's
so,
not
like-
really that funny.
Jerk's got a point.
I mean, we're talking about kid rape.
No, but it's all. I obviously didn't fucking say it like that. Like, I had a
Is there
whole
any
thing.
joke you had written though that you look? You're saying like nothing. Not that you're saying nothing should be off limits, but do you feel there are stuff that should be off limits?
No,
Nothing.
I really don't think.
From a comedian perspective. What about like
Look.
how long do you like Kobe jokes? How long until you make them?
If it's done right,
It has to be done right. See,
Okay.
anything could be made funny,
That's true. I agree
but
with
it
that.
has
be
to
worded
be done
perfectly.
right.
That's
you
why-
can't make a joke like Ari Shaffir made about
Yes,
fucking
horrible.
Kobe. He's
Horrible.
a fucking moron. I mean, it's what the thing is. It's what he does. He always does that with any big celebrity.
Not that bad, but once he
But
learned
no,
the
but
daughter
that was
died in
no.
yeah,
It was dumb. He was
Yeah.
gonna do it anyway. But the thing is, you can't. Not against someone like that. It's
Read
too
the
much.
room, which is what I'm
Yeah.
great
well,
at.
that's what
the G-Man's
my
great at
favorite-
reading the room.
celebrity death joke, I guess, is that the one
I'm just
woman
gonna edit out
the woman
joke.
comedian.
My favorite celebrity death.
Who is the one woman comedian who made the joke about that rapper who got killed in Florida? That scum fucker.
I don't know.
No, the guy who beat his pregnant girlfriend and shit.
I don't know.
XXX.
Yeah,
Ocasio.
Yeah.
And remember that she made a joke, and the joke wasn't even about him dying, but it was like about Venmo. And the people were like, "This is too
Yes,
soon."
yes.
And but it wasn't about
Kathy
him
Griffin.
death.
I think.
Oh yeah,
That's Kathy.
the one who like
No, it
held
wasn't. No,
Donald
no, it wasn't
Trump's
Kathy Griffin.
fucking head
It was
up.
some like
It
woman
was a
our
girl
age.
comedian, but it was really fucking good.
It was a great fucking
was a
joke. The
great
setup
joke.
was perfect.
Yes.
Unfortunately, she had, or she, not unfortunately, but she used his death to set it up, so people got mad, people canceled her, people did all this shit. I thought it was a fucking
It
tremendous
was
joke.
a great fucking.
And it wasn't really making fun of his death. It was making fun of Venmo.
Yeah.
It was making fun. Oh, well, it kind of was making fun of his death, but
With Venmo.
It was using it like
it was
Yeah,
using his death as
yeah.
a prop
He wasn't
to.
heavy into it. Like,
Yeah.
She wasn't mocking his death. But see, that's the point of it. Like, it's the way you say something. It's like what you say. Like, if I just use the word faggot, I'm not saying it in a derogatory way. If I
But can,
point at someone
but can
gay,
you understand why they defined it offensive?
no,
No.
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 I think
It's
the
a
only
word.
reason why
It's just a noise you make with your
is
face.
because it was a white person saying it about a black person. If Chris Rock said it, it probably wouldn't have been that bad.
That might have had a different, might have carried a different tone.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And I think that's the problem now. Like these communities, gay, black, white, everyone just wants to follow along with the next person's issues.
Everyone virtue signals.
Yeah.
I think what
Everyone
I don't know what that word means.
I think
I hear it all the time. I don't
problem
know what it
is
means.
like everyone wants to be treated the same, and when they are, they're mad they're not treated differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you got the LGBT, like great, I'm for the movement.
You
Gay
left out,
people
like,
should
3
get
of them.
married. I don't care. God bless you guys, but like they want to be noticed, so they go on a march, and then like Ivanka Trump tweets, "We're behind you." Then they get mad that she tweeted. What do you want her to do? Like. Say,
then they
I'm
get
not
mad.
for this. It's almost like
then they get mad if she didn't recognize
yeah,
me. Like,
it's
where is
almost
she?
like,
This
we
bitch
wanna
didn't
be,
even tweet about
we
it.
want to be accepted. All right, you are. The president is tweeting about you, not by him. Like, who?
Yeah.
What do you want
Who,
to
by,
be accepted?
by the vice president?
Listen, like
Notoriously
the-
anti-gay?
Trump has nothing to do with gay rights. It's a state law. Like, he can't do it. Now, if you want to argue Pence is a psycho, yes, I agree. I never vote for the fucker.
He looks like a serious. I think he has like dead
Yeah.
bodies in his
But
face.
like,
Without a
He
doubt.
calls his wife mother.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
that's fucking.
Yeah.
weird.
He calls his wife mother.
That's white boy shit right there.
That's like
Un-
corn. Yeah, that's corn-fed
Yeah.
white milk, white whole milk for dinner.
But then you
shit.
got these, like, you got the phony people, like, alright, let's relate it, there's a fight going on, like, Fury and tonight, so, or when this gets posted, it was last week, the
Yeah.
fight. So, you got people, remember when Uber, the head of Uber voted for Trump, and they were like, boycott Uber, right? Meanwhile, Dana White, the head of UFC, spoke at the Republican National Convention. Did anyone boycott the McGregor fight?
I think you're.
Absolutely
I think
not.
you might have a different audience you're aiming
You
at.
know what
Though.
I'm saying,
But
though.
that's-
They
but
freaking-
It's a, it's,
No,
you,
but
it's a
that's
much
it
more.
was literally just on Trump's plane, Dana White.
But it's a much
Like,
more diverse. The people who use
Bro,
Uber
you-
versus the people who watch
You
MMA.
get what I'm saying,
Everyone
though.
was mad about Kanye supporting Trump.
Yeah.
But his Yeezys still sell out.
Exactly. Which goes to show you,
But
which
that's
is
why
what
he
we,
does that.
which
And they're,
is
and they're
what we-
manufactured in Thailand for
which
$8 a
is
pop.
what we should all do.
It's pronounced
Guys,
Thailand.
just because you
Hey.
don't agree with someone's politics, which is why what Ellen said about George Bush is great. You don't agree with the politics, you could still be friends.
You can be a
and
human
you,
being to him.
me and you don't agree a lot on politics. We've had discussions at work. You're still here. We're drinking beers together.
Exactly.
We're friends. Like, who gives a shit? You don't have to hate everybody. Just
The
get over
reason
it.
why all of this exists,
'Cause
and
of
Cronin said it earlier, is because people are bored.
You think?
Technology has made our lives
Dogs
so
protecting the house.
fucking simple.
Yeah.
There are no real problems anymore.
Okay.
Everything is quick. You don't have to leave your house. You can order a car, you can order food, you can order fucking gadgets, you can order
groceries.
whatever the fuck you want.
You literally don't have to go to the grocery
I'd
store.
like a
Yes,
pocket
you
knife.
don't need to go anywhere. So now, if you have nothing else to do, you don't have to go food shopping, somebody will pick your laundry up, do whatever the fuck you want. You're sitting around all day,
Yeah.
and somebody says a word you don't like on Facebook, oh, fuck you, I'm gonna blast you all day.
Dude, if you go on Facebook, it's the worst people who get in arguments. And some people like are the age of our parents who get in arguments over politics. It's like, calm down. It's like,
You guys already ruined the country. Relax.
it's like Elizabeth. Like today, like if you go back to the debates, I don't like Elizabeth Warren, but I was like, she crushed Mike Bloomberg. Of
course.
she killed
Yeah.
him.
All she had to
Annihilation.
do
People
was-
are like, like, what are you, a Warren fan now? No, like, calm down.
Well, because
People can't see
everybody
one
has
side
to
or another.
classify. Like
Yeah.
you have to be one thing. You cannot be
Bro,
multiple. You can't have
most-
different like likes on things.
everyone
Yeah.
liking this and everyone knows that I voted for Trump, right? And I've
How
been very.
could you?
How could I?
Cancel
I've
the
been,
podcast.
I've been very.
Cancel Brian's podcast
I've
for
been
having you
very
on.
Blur my face out.
I can't be honest. I've been
Give
very.
me one of
We'll
those
put some blur up now.
I don't know who Chucky
So, like,
is. I'm changing my voice.
Shocking,
Slide over. It doesn't go with you.
shocking from a guy with
haven't
all
paid for that
white
yet.
Italian son as well.
Manuel's not Italian.
Yeah, he is. So he's on my man. So like, there's been times I've been critical of him, and they're like, "What? You don't like him?" And it's like, "No, but I could at least say when he should shut the fuck
Exactly.
up." Like, you don't want Kaepernick to get, you don't want athletes to get involved in politics. Then have Trump shut the fuck up and not get involved in athletics, because then it's fair game. Like, you can't
Absolutely.
say stick to your gun, stick to
sports, or stick to
sports. Then tell him to stick to politics. And
Well,
shut
he
the fuck
feels
up.
the need to comment on everything.
He's a fucking sociopath.
We never leave high school, ever.
Well, that's an interesting topic. Do you think
Never
we ever
leave
did?
That's
high
just not
You don't
true. I
think we
jerk
ever
off
did?
way less than I did in high school.
Maybe some of your habits.
You've been a jerk since 04.
No, but and like the mentality wise, there's the popular kids, there's the cool kids, there's everything everywhere you go. It's a job,
And the people-
at a school, anywhere.
Well,
The people who are in the
I
student
agree with
government
that.
felt the
You
need to
know
comment on
that-
everything.
I knew within fucking 3 minutes of meeting Rob, I could hang with him. You know.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say he'd suck his dick.
Well, I mean,
Did you ever-
down
have you ever-
here?
have you
Casting couch.
We have cameras.
What do you think all this fucking shit's flicking off
Grab.
from?
Are
Rule.
you ready for your interview?
No, I mean, you're right. You do know, like, you do know though, like within 5 minutes, if you could hang with someone or
That
not.
everyone's gonna turn this off.
Keep this on. There's more to come. Bonus scene. If you see a little, never mind.
Little tank.
Wait, now what'd you say?
If you see a smiley face on the corner of the screen, click on it on the mic. You'll get some bonus scenes. It's not even the move I did. Why would I do?
That's your move.
I don't know.
G-Man has some great moves.
That's your Charlie Daniels move.
Crab.
Devil went down to Georgia.
Sorry,
Crab.
shuffle.
Yeah, sorry, Shuffle's great.